have a question for you, being in the property management role. How many tenants have you seen that went through the rent relief and now they still can't pay?
Oh yeah, that's a great topic. So I have one tenant specifically that received 12 months of rent relief, and the rent was about $1,200. So you do quick math, it's 14,000 give or take. She didn't have to pay rent for a whole year. And then the first month that rent became due, which is January, okay, she's in arrears, and she contacted us and said, hey, can I pay bi-weekly, and can you waive my late fee? Like,
Really?
really, you want us to give you a payment plan and waive the late fee?
You want the government to give you $14,000 for the year of free rent, but because you were special enough to get that, now you're going to be special enough to waive the late fee and have your own payment schedule now.
Correct. So what it showed me, and it may be anecdotal, it may not be the telltale sign of our society, but it just showed me that people don't respect this country. People don't respect our financial system, and they don't respect us, investors, landlords, people that are taking care of them and the roof that they live under. So it made me very sad and just disheartened that we spent how many hundreds of millions, if not billions, getting people to be stable, and they took it as an opportunity to buy Jordans and flat screen TVs.
Crazy to see this play out the long term. And did it really help people?
Correct.
Did it really truly help people? Because there's no relief from the relief. It's like, oh, you know what? We're going to give you another 12 months. No, that's done and over. And there are some folks I do have to give it to people, because there's a couple of other tenants that I have that did go through rent relief, did get the money, and were very thankful the first time that they had to pay rent, that I helped them out through that.
Correct.
That rent relief, situation. So it's not 100% by all means.
People lean on excuses, and growing up, at least for me, excuses were not accepted as any form of currency, whether with my parents, my teachers, my teammates, all the sports teams I played on. Excuses you couldn't deposit those at the bank, the metaphorical bank. But nowadays, I feel like COVID, one of the byproducts was that it created an opportunity, a slew of more excuses for people to have to not step up and be accountable. And granted, millions of people were negatively affected, perished from this. It was a terrible event. But there's a lot of people that are opportunists that look at it now like, oh, my rent's late because I got COVID. Like, it's 2023. That doesn't work anymore, at least even in the eyes of the government.
It's almost like they're going to ride it out to make it so bad that it's almost in their heads like, well, if I just continue to stick it out and be stubborn and not, do what I have to do to, somebody will come and save the day. Somebody will come in and make it all right. And it's like, it'll never be all right if you think that way.